Do you answer someone who says, I'm not interested in anything?
Okay, well, it's kind of easy for me to handle that. Not necessarily is it going to close every time, but when someone says I'm really not interested in that, they're not saying they don't want to buy it. They're just saying I'm not interested in that. And I'll agree with them. Okay, let's face it, these options aren't for everybody. But do you mind if I ask you a question? And that's the start of how to address the concern is, do you mind if I ask you a question? And the customer, no, I don't mind, because they weren't so demanding in the no. You know, it's like, I'm really not interested in that. Well, I find that most customers tell me they're not interested because they don't see enough value to spend the extra money for the options. And that's how I'd start that rebuttal, Melissa. And I just say that and then get the customer's response. Most of the time, the customer's going to look at it and you say, you're right, I don't see enough value. And the key word here is enough value, you know, because obviously there's value in some of these options in certain situations. Not everybody's going to use them, but the fact of the matter is there is value. You got to determine which is the most valuable to the customer. So once the customer says to you, yeah, I do see some value, which ones do you see the most value in? You go the other way too. You can say which ones you see the least value in. Knowing that, doesn't it make sense to enroll in the ones that you see the most value in? Or maybe go one step further and say, let me share with you what the cost would be for the ones you do see the most value in. And then show them the cost and then say, how's that work out for you? And if you're that cordial with a customer and you don't try to like stuff it down their throat and you just casually go about it that way, I think you'll get a much better result. So when someone says to you, I'm really not interested in those options, always refer to, I get it, these options aren't for everybody, or I understand these options aren't for everybody, and drive it to the money, because it's always about the money. Because certainly if these were free, they take them. So if you want more information on how to handle that customer who says to you, I'm really not interested, DM me info.